then I ended up getting this. So that's really nice. But yeah, it's just mini books. Let me put this off to the side and open it and take one out. This is nice, I think faux leather, but we have the Hobbit, J.R.R. Tolkien, or Tolkien, whatever you say it, however you say it as. The text is quite tiny, but it's still quite nice, and there's the map at the beginning of the book. There's page numbers and then illustrations. So this book does have illustrations. Let's go to 277. There is an illustration, I think, by Tolkien himself. So yeah, that's just a really nice, and it has the Hobbit, and then all three. Lord of the Rings was all 6 books, because I believe there's 2 books per book, or like 2 parts. So we have the Fellowship of the Ring, the 2 Towers, and the Return of the King. Really cool. I'm mainly interested in reading the Lord of the Rings, but I will probably read the Hobbit as well. Maybe some other literature from Tolkien. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. And I might read a little bit of these on the channel. So let me know if you want to see that. Yeah, but cute little collection. It's very nice. It's very pocketable. That's the word I'm trying to get. Now, moving on to the thing that I really did want, which was movies. I'm just going to go in alphabetical order. Starting out with this, and some of them I still have in the wrapping. Some of them aren't. But this is 1917. 4K Blu-ray and digital code. I have not watched this, however, I do really like war movies, so this will be a nice watch. And I've heard great things about it, especially like the CGI. According to Peter Travers, it's one of the best war films he's ever seen. Rated R, of course, for violence, some disturbing images and language. I might take off the wrapping on some of them. I'm not sure. I'll probably leave this one wrapped just until I actually watch this movie. But yeah, that's 1917. I don't have much to say about it because, I haven't seen it. Moving on, it is a 2-parter, which is Cloverfield and I've seen the main ones like Sinister, Saw. What's the other ones? Terrifier. It. My mind is going blank on horror movies. I've seen a lot of horror movies. Honestly, this is probably the scariest one I've seen. I still cannot bring myself to rewatch it, and maybe if I do rewatch it, it won't be so bad as I remember. I just remember watching it, and holy cow. John Goodman did a wonderful performance. Like a concerningly wonderful performance. There's some images from the movie, and then there's the description if you want to read that. Again, I did not take off the wrapping. And with this movie, I don't know if I ever will. It's definitely nice to have, but I really don't know if I'm going to watch this again. I have not seen the third Cloverfield from Netflix. Next is a Liam Neeson movie called Pursuit. I found this movie quite funny. I don't think it's rated that well, but I really love this movie. It's very funny, in my opinion. Of course, Liam Neeson does a great job. He is my favorite actor, after all. So anything with him in it is a good present, except for Blacklight. Blacklight sucks ass. There's the description. It is rated R for strong violence, drug material, and some language, including sexual references. Now, I did open this one. I do plan to watch this again soon, just because I love this movie so much. But yeah, just pretty much the same disc, except for this like 4K right here. 4K label. Moving on is Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not going to get into what I think, but I thought about this movie just because I just went over it in my last video. Pretty much, it's not good by movie standards, but it's a really fun movie because I used to be a fanatic about the Five Nights at Freddy's games and lore. It's really cool seeing the animatronics that were really well done, the design of them. It was really cool seeing them in a movie. I recently saw the second one. I thought that one, movie-wise, was a lot better, and I think I like it quite a bit better than this one. Although it's rated similarly by people, but I really like the second one more, so as soon as that comes out in 4K too, I'm going to get that. But yeah, that's just pretty much my opinion on these movies. There is the label. And I also totally understand when people like shit on these, on this one, and I understand some shitting on the second one, although, like I said, I do think it's a better movie. PG-13 for strong, violent content, bloody images and language. This movie was not scary at all. The second one made me jump a couple times. However, for some reason in the movie theater I was in, the volume was incredibly loud. So each jump scare was like, it felt like I was being blasted out of my seat. So I think that's probably why I jumped. There are the two discs. In my last video, I said I was planning to play the games for the first on each release, which I know isn't necessarily the case, but I am thinking about getting the Criterion collection of the, I think it's the Showa, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, Godzilla movies. So I think that's this one, so 1954 to 1973, if I remember correctly, and there's 17 films in the box set, I think. It's Blu-ray. I do quite like Godzilla movies, so I might buy that. Next, we have another Godzilla movie, which is Godzilla -1. I saw this in theaters. I believe this was my first Godzilla movie that I went to go see, or that I saw in my life. This is what got me into Godzilla. This movie is an absolute masterpiece, like probably a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Godzilla is absolutely amazing in this movie. He looks so good. However, this is a good thing. He's not like the main thing. He's not the thing that you should be focusing on in the movie. Like, yeah, he's the big threat. He's like the main character, but there's a whole like story and emotional story behind this movie. This is such an amazing movie, and I do really like the first one, the original. This is my favorite Godzilla movie of all time. I've seen maybe like 7 to 8 of them. This is my favorite. This is absolutely wonderful movie. And if you even if you're not a Godzilla fan, I highly suggest you watch this movie. It's written and directed by Takashi Yamazaki. There's the back. This is quite an interesting back layout. It's like part of one image. And I don't know, it's less like boxy-ish, like lettering and images on the photo, which you don't see often. It's PG-13 for creature violence and action. But yeah, here's it's a Toho film, so you know it's good. There's the bonus Blu-ray and the 4K movie. Next up, we have Grave of the Fireflies. I was so happy when this release came out. This was like one of the main things that I actually asked specifically for. Like, I wanted movies, but I specifically asked for this movie in particular. Just because I think the DVD is over $100. The Blu-ray is maybe over $200 because I think copyright issues. So it was so amazing seeing this release again, and I knew I had to have it. It is a steelbook, which is quite nice, and I'm keeping it in the seal. I don't think it'll go up in price. I don't think it'll have copyright issues again and go up in price, but just in case, I'm going to keep it in the seal until I want to watch this movie. But there is the side and then the back. Now this isn't the actual back of the steelbook. This is just if you can see there, it's just a cardboard slip. But that's the back. It's not rated. For some reason I thought it was rated R, but I guess not. Anyway, it's G-Kids dub. I wonder if it's always been. The first time I watched this movie was on the original, I think, Asian DVD. was in Japanese with subtitles, I believe. So I wonder if it's a new G-Kids dub. So that's interesting. I've never seen it in dub. And it might be cool because G-Kids does a really good job, and I usually watch Studio Ghibli movies in dub. I don't know, I like watching anime and Japanese movies in general in subtitles, but for some reason with Studio Ghibli, since all of them are so well dubbed, I like watching them in dub. Next up is another video game movie, which is the Minecraft movie. Again, this was not rated that well. I really liked seeing Minecraft in movie format, if that makes sense. And I think as a movie, it was a lot more enjoyable than Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like a very cute movie, you know. Jack Black is always nice to see. It had a lot of kiddish jokes, which, with my level of comedy, I found funny. Put that down. There's the backslip, you know, the description of the movie. Yeah, I don't know. It's just really cute. It's a fun movie. It's nothing like amazing. It's not a masterpiece. It's just a fun movie to watch. And see all of Blackjack's. I just said Blackjack. What the freak am I saying? Jack Black's jokes. It's PG for violence and action. Language is just a rude humor and some scary images. Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff in the movie, or Minecraft stuff in the movie. There's the chicken jockey. I saw this in theaters, however, there is almost